Hey folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to our Saturday live stream. Last week, we sort of kind of wrapped up our Dwarf Fortress run, although I was thinking we might squeeze another hour and two to put a final little, I don't know, conclusion to that bad boy. But there was no way I was not going to be streaming some City Skylines 2 today. I suspect more people will be interested in that. So we will see. We might do this a double feature, or what might be more likely is maybe next Saturday might be the double feature. We would wrap up a couple of things in our Dwarf Fortress campaign. Some people were asking about Baldur's Gate 3. Most likely we'll be playing that on Monday. Although, I would not be surprised, actually, if right now, because we're sort of riding the release, or in fact pre-release hype for City Skylines, we might end up doing cities on Monday, and then do Baldur's Gate 3 on Wednesday. Baldur's Gate 3 is not over. It is definitely not going away, but it might get delayed one extra day. Definitely, we weren't streaming Baldur's Gate on Saturdays at this point, so that was not changed over there. New Poop Lake. Well, I mean, we got a Poop Bay going on in this town, which might get some more. We'll see how it goes. New Civ 6 playthrough. I mean, I've been thinking about it. I'm like, you know, it's always a battle for the channel, like, you know, how much you stick to your classics versus how much do you know, look to do, you know, newer things and evolve. But, like, you know, returning some regular Civ content would be interesting. They just need to drop Civ 7 or something Millennia, something Paradox, something that could be an interesting option as well. I'm hearing mixed reviews from CS2. So CS2 is getting a pretty consistent, sort of about 80%, sort of as an average overall. The big thing is, I think for me, I would not go back to City Skylines 1 at this point. I really like the features of City Skylines 2. The only thing is the performance isn't going to be there for necessarily everyone. It does look like it definitely floors out. People have been getting to be like making bigger and bigger cities, and have said that, you know, you sort of, once you get to a certain point, the FPS doesn't drop any more than that, which is nice. There's already been one little hot fix before the release here for the performance. They I think it was something about fixing the level of detail option on fencing, and it actually gave me an extra 4 or 5 FPS already, which is nice. And, you know, Colossal Order are aware that the performance is not exactly where they want it to be, and they have said that this is something they're going to be very actively working on for the next patch after release. So fingers crossed from that. So for now, it's funny because I read a review. Right, there was one review that was really bad on IGN. But actually, a reviewer I quite like, someone who I've met multiple times, and I like them a lot. But they gave it, weirdly, they gave it a 6 out of 10, while at the same time in the review saying they recommend the game. It's like, I recommend it, 6 out of 10. Whereas I'm like, I'm not sure I can recommend it, but like 8 out of 10. I'm like, wait, what? Mostly it's, you know, check your system, your system specs, and then that'll be the recommendation. And then hopefully with the optimization passes, which hopefully they do, and hopefully it does work out, then it'll probably, you know, assuming that comes, maybe in a month, it'll be like, all right, I can wholeheartedly recommend this to everyone. Right now, if you got a good computer, I don't see any reason why not. I think it's pretty solid. Well, see, here's the thing, right? Is 5 out of 10, should that be an average rating for games? Not really, like, because, you know, people are like, well, all these scores are inflated, but are they? When you think about grades, getting 50% on a test isn't average. 50% is the fail mark, right? And I think that's probably the same sort of thing we should be applying to games. A game that gets a 5 out of 10 rating, that's at the fail mark, really. And I think that's it. You know, probably, maybe, right? And 60% fail mark in Canada. Actually, a lot of places have like 50% versus 60%. Some tests, you know, 70%, you need at least 70% pass. Because the idea isn't like, oh, okay, yeah, you're half right, so that's good enough. So, in some things, you need to, like, listen, you got to get like 90% of this correct, or we're going to consider you to have, like, not have some critical information about whatever subject this is. So, you know, how good of a game you're going to be. But the only thing you can do with ratings is compare it to other ratings given by the same magazine or the same person or whatever. It's like, because the numeric thing is obviously kind of subjective.
Hey, Quill, pay attention. There's a new
Is my volume really low? Like, just, yeah, there we go. So I just barely heard that subscription message. There you go. Hey, Sknab. Thank you very much. Ratings are social sound. Cities 2 isn't out yet. It comes out on the 24th, which is Tuesday? Tuesday, right? Yeah. All right. Anyway, without all that, I mean, we're just going to keep playing, and people can make their own judgments. This is our town that we started on Thursday. Did a big long stream on Thursday. It was 6 hours, 2 hours of Galciv, and then 4 hours of this. My throat still hurts, so let's hope that we can make this manage here. One of the things I did, actually, I did tiny little bits of tweaks right before the episode started. I've decided to go in this area here, which our low rent housing was mostly abandoned and wasn't living there. I've gone ahead and just rezoned it to some low density, which we always and forever seem to have demand for. I mean, probably it probably doesn't help that I did go and do some alternate zoning, right? We have like I think this is medium density row housing over here and over here, so I guess that's kind of satisfied. And I was laying out my higher density stuff, sort of what I feel is like, oh, this is a logical place for it, and we'll put it there. But we should probably just wait maybe until there's more specific demand. And in particular, we do have a few places that are saying that the rent is high. And I'm wondering if those are actually going to be good targeted areas to go up. The other thing I was wondering about, I think if we raise taxes, I think that will lower property values, which might actually not be a bad thing because it can keep the property values a little lower while bringing in more money for our coffers. So I kind of want to go and give that a try. So I'm going to go and in our taxes, I'm going to raise, say, all of our taxes to 12%. And we're going to see what kind of an effect this has on the city. Can you mouse wheel this? No, that's a shame. But mostly a shame just for me. I mean, just because my accurate clicking is poor. So population is currently at 9,500 and growing. Let's see what kind of impact it has if we just scooch the taxation up a little bit. Those high rent areas, do you need amenities like parks? I mean, wouldn't that just make the rent even higher? Because it makes the area even more attractive? Because people are having trouble paying the rent. I mean, the other thing is, like, what if they were more, so that's poorly educated. Oh, they're seniors as well. And a child. Because part of it is like, well, maybe if they just had better paying jobs or this or that, like it might be a whole thing. I'm not worried. It's just a few houses here and there. Maybe they can move out a little further away. Although even here, the high rent. I mean, and it's right next to a park, right? Maybe that's it. Fewer parks. Let's keep the city less desirable. Make it cheaper for people. We're currently going down on money overall. Not by much. Our last tick was minus 80, which is interesting. Oh, and then going positive. Hey, I guess the higher taxes just kicked in. We're turning a bit of a profit. I mean, our city is still small. Most of our money is coming from leveling up our city rank. That's providing a big cash injection and keeping us going forward. Last episode, we did go and build this gas power plant with the hope that it would be financially beneficial in our services. And it really didn't work out. Even though we're selling a bunch of excess electricity, it ended up, I think we had a deficit of about 140 for electricity when we're just importing. Now we have a deficit of 185. Although in theory, as our city grows and we start using up more of the power ourselves, rather than selling it possibly inefficiently, then this will work out okay. So we'll see. The other thing is we do have a few houses over here complaining about ground pollution. I've gone and D-zoned a couple for now. I think this one is complaining about it. So I think I'm going to D-zone this one too. With this tool, please. We'll just clear that out. I mean, I did definitely build a little close to the industrial area over here, so we can maybe move some things. So we'll see about that. Are there interconnected cities just like in SimCity? No, there are not. And it was something that was very cool. Obviously, SimCity 2013 or SimCity 5 or SimCity the disaster one, the bad one, had very explicit interconnected cities because it needed to, because each city block was very tiny. Now, of course, you can build like in our one city zone, and I did this before in CS1, and then here in CS2, I think I'll end up doing the same thing in some of our cities, is like we could consider this to be a city, and then I could go over here, unlock a bunch of tiles here, and build up another one. Then you have interconnected cities, right? And I mean, like when I think about my real city where I live, what sort of happens is that we have got all these towns and they get amalgamated, then you get sprawl where one like ends up growing enough to reach another area and everything just starts to blob up. And, you know, we could see that sort of thing. SimCity 4, if I recall, did also have a concept of somewhat interconnected cities. Is it 4? I think it was. That was kind of neat. City Skylines 2 does not have freeform parks here in release. Maybe they'll do it again as an expansion for the freeform parks. Although I did discover I'd been complaining about the lack of like proper pedestrian footpaths, and someone did point out that in fact in the landscaping, the terraforming menu, there are pathways over here, so we can make stuff that looks like parks, and I in fact might do this around here, around Blood Red Blaze Hill, which is like our haunted area, including the high school over here, where students keep mysteriously dying. Cities Excel is best interconnected cities. Cities Excel was a really interesting franchise. I actually really like the way that the zoning kind of worked. So like with the like a residential area, you would sort of draw it out like a polygon tool, and it would sort of fill things in with some internal roads and things. I really like the sense of scale in there. I mean, the Cities Excel franchise was a horrid disaster for a variety of other reasons. They kept coming out with like, am I back on the talk radio channel? No. No, go away. No talk radio. I really enjoy the talk radio when I'm playing by myself. I don't like it when it's talking over me when I'm live streaming. Yeah, there was lots of things, but the Cities Excel franchise started feeling very like money grab. They come out with a new edition that was exactly the same as the last one, with just a new number, was just more cash grabby. It also suffered from massive memory leaks that would never get fixed or anything like that. But there were things in the Cities Excel franchise that were cool. And if you were to go and sit down and create a new city builder game, you would definitely want to sit down and play those games and see what kind of like good ideas there were that you could take. Now our population has been a little bit more static here, which also makes sense because I did go and like de-zone a few places. There are legitimately a few fewer places to live than there were a moment ago, but overall demand's quite high. In fact, the high density is quite high, and I guess we got rid of all the high density over here. So do we put down, what I'm proposing is like a single high density spot? Because again, I think these demand meters are relative to that type of zoning. So it's not like we have infinite demand for high density residentials, because we don't really have any. And so we should replace it. Maybe this building here is abandoned, for example. How about we replace this? Because I don't know, is there an easy way to tell what the zoning on this is? Yeah, right over here. Oh, really? No tooltip? Colossal order. I want to know what kind of zone this is. I believe this is medium density apartments. I believe it's this icon right over here. Yeah. So since you're already abandoned, let's see about replacing you with a low rent housing, which I think is high density. So I'm just going to rezone that area right over there. Or was it already? Money for essential, money for maybe essential. It already was.
The high school students keep on living due to Snyders. Also, have you heard about Hexarchy yet?
First of all, I know you said like Snyder's, that's your sniper spider thing. But since I think of the high school over here as being sort of a Sunnydale High with like Buffy the Vampire Slayer stuff, what's funny to me is they had the principal of the high school for most of the run was Principal Snyder. So now I've got, it's great. You asked about Hexarchy. Yes, I have not played it. It looks great. I mean, it's a 4X hex game, like 4X empire building game with cards. Yeah, I gotta take a look at that. I gotta look about that for sure. Okay, there. See, this building is kicking in, and you can see the high density demand like dropped in half. It's coming back up here, but we'll give it a chance. Are all these people waiting to live here? Is that what's going on? All these people like, I can't wait until my house is built. Oh my God, yeah, it has 185 residents already. Average wealthy? In my low rent building? Are they hipsters? Is this neighborhood gonna get gentrified? Would a cemetery fit next to the high school? Oh my God, you're 100% right thematically. I mean, it's not far, right? High school, cemetery, so Buffy can go patrol. Yeah, this channel is now all Buffy all the time. So this building's also abandoned. And yeah, there's no medium density demand. So I think we'll do the same thing. We'll just go and tell you, hey, rezone yourself to a low rent, higher density building. We'll just do one at a time, because at some point it'll probably flip to, okay, everyone's moving in there, now we still need the medium. Meanwhile, thank you very much for the raid. Much appreciated. Hey. Oh, wow, that's excellent. Has Sips been, were they streaming some City Skylines? I hope you're here for the poop bay. And the haunted hill over here. We were just talking about how this high school here, Blood Red Blaze High School, named after someone in chat, and this whole area, this is our haunted area. This is where we make our horror movies. Now, we've got a tremendous amount of demand for more low-density residential. So, do we expand in these hills? I think this is probably the place to go, right? Yeah, you're doing cities? Excellent. Yeah, I've been I have been watching some cities content. There was this one Japanese content creator, and I feel bad that I don't remember their name. That's where I took this idea from for this little overlook. And how great does that look? You know, how wonderful is this? Hee. I think it's great. I think it's fantastic. So yeah, I think what we do is we make a little low density residential neighborhood in the woods that like probably connects up over here. And again, we could be doing some terraforming to deal with these little cliffs and things like that, but I really like to leave, whenever I can, the natural stuff in there. Although, with the flattening that happened over here, maybe a road up this doesn't make much sense. Oh, maybe we could. Probably it's kind of a bit of a bridge or a ramp kind of structure. I don't even know that we need a road over here. We have a great roundabouts right over here, ready to go and bring some traffic in here. Do we want to 4-lane this? I mean, if this really is just going to be low density residential, I don't think it really needs the 4 lanes. On the other hand, we could go bring off the 4 lane over here and do a little bit more of a higher density zone in this area. As a reminder, this is a highway, so we can't build right along it, and it is kind of noisy, but I don't think so much that it's a problem. Looks like a machine gun bunker over Normandy in 44, right over here. Maybe that's why it's haunted. It's back from the war. What war? We don't really know. Now, these power lines currently lead to a substation over here. We could move them, or I could just leave them here and build around it. Maybe we should. A lot of times I like moving the power lines kind of out of the way because I hate them and they're ugly and blah blah blah. Or I could move the substation. No, we'll do that. I could move the power lines to run along the river. So they're both valid because building around obstacles can lead to more interesting layouts, but I'm not sure I actually like the way these power lines are laid out. So what I propose we do, we're going to go ahead and hit a pause. I'm going to extend the power lines along the river, and then I'm going to delete the others here. I don't know that I actually... There we go. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. All the way over here. Then all the way over there. And then let's just grab the bulldoze tool. Gotta make sure, because this line here goes to my gas power plant, so that's still got to be connected. Build tall housing next to the power, so kids have a climbing gym outside their balcony. Oh my god. Yeah, Daddy needs a nap. Go play on the power lines. All right, move that out of the way. So yeah, I think Sycamore Street, which I'm going to rename. I'm going to look at chat in 3, 2, 1. It's Carnago. This is going to be Corgano Avenue. We're going to go and extend this. Medium road, 4 lane. Oh yeah, let's use the continuous curve tool. Pick it up from this roundy bit. How about money for Essentia? Money for Essentia. Hey, Essentia's bubble tea fund. She hasn't got one in a while.
If you don't build under the power
bubble tea, I mean.
Be just like the real-life people trying to control their population via high voltage.
That's right. That's how we generate mutants in our city, by having people live under the power lines. We want to see what kind of powers they get when we activate their metagene. I think I'm blending 2 comic books there because mutants are from Marvel and metagene is the DC concept, I believe. At least metagene is certainly what they refer to in the Young Justice animated series, which I'm a big fan of. Do I just want to do a straight road to connect to here? I think so, actually. Can I connect this one? I mean, too many intersections is bad, but this is not going to be a high traffic area, although we are getting a slopage issue. Maybe what I'll do for this one, I'll switch this one to continuous curve. Have you come out that way? Yeah, and it's not like this is an intersection. It's just a corner where we go from the avenue to a 2-lane. Not my favorite little segment of road, but I'm not... You know what I think I would like better? Rather than make this one be a straight shot, I think what I'd like to do is just extend this avenue out a little bit like this, and then... Whoa! Don't like that. Okay, some people are probably going to lose their houses here while we go and attempt to get a bit more of a smoother... There we go. That looks better. All right. When we unpause... Actually, I'll unpause now. Those houses will go away. We'll do some rezoning. That's going to be fine. Okay, I like our little swoopy avenue. Oh, it got renamed. Did it rename the whole thing? Yeah, it did. Oh my god. I don't know what causes... I mean, I did admittedly make a couple of changes over here, but I don't like that it got renamed. I don't know if I have your name. It was Corgano Avenue. Oh, I really apologize if I'm spelling it incorrectly here. Look at all the complaints. Listen, just give up. You can't live there no more. That place is abandoned yet. Just reset. Oh, there's an achievement called Squasher Downer. I'm at 6 of 1,000. I'm assuming that means like when you're deleting houses. Okay, let's go to 2-lane road. Definitely the continuous. What can we do with these nice little cliffy areas? Now, some of these intersections are probably going to be replaced with roundabouts. Good tunage. How's the volume, by the way? You guys hearing the music okay? Am I going to be happy with this? I think so. Now, from here, we do quite naturally have a little like this. I think I might have this one continue. That is a hell of an incline. Oh, would not like to drive that in the winter. Well, do I want to actually change that then? Do I want to have it S down a little bit more? I mean, no matter what, it's going to be kind of stiff or steep. We don't strictly need this connection, but I think I kind of want it. I think I'm okay with it. Yeah, we got ourselves a poop bay over here. I feel like in real life they'd cut into the cliff and even it out. Yeah. From here to there. I don't think this is a reasonable road to have exist. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just generate an intersection over here. Delete, 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 delete. And just end it there. And then when you get these little dead ends, the nice thing to do, slap a little roundabout at the end of it. Whoa! Yeah, maybe I get rid of this. Maybe what I do is we'll use the straight line tool. Turn on the topography, please. And let's sort of straight shot around here. Because that's sort of the last of the relatively even. Obviously, there's a bit of a slope that goes down this way. Yeah, okay. And then we just leave this here. I really like this map. Yeah. This is the windy... Is it windy or... It must be windy. Windy Fjords? I don't remember... I guess it's in the what game, isn't it? Yeah, you can check the what game. And then check the name of it. It was gonna be this. We had a vote. It was gonna be this, or well, I always say Tampere, but I don't think that's how it's pronounced. But the actual name of the town in Finland where Colossal Order are based. And then on YouTube, of course, we're doing the Highlands map. Do I have an intersection off of this, or do I want to cut across this way? I still want to do... this kind of motion. Yeah, now, I think, though, here... Come on, thank you. Yeah. Slap a little turnaround on there. Maybe on those. All right. I think I can kind of dig this neighborhood. Let's throw some houses in there and see how they look. So we're just going to go low density. Yeah, I'll use the Marquee tool over here and do all that. And then some of that. And then we do have a lot of demand for commercial. I think right over here, we're going to get some of this. Okay. And, you know, unpause so things actually happen again. Dun, 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 dun. You had a cousin who used to live across the street from the ER of a hospital in New York City. Can't imagine what it's like. Oh, the noise. It would be crazy. Speaking of hospital things, or we got a healthcare complaint. Let's take a little look-see at our situation. Okay, we are at our healthcare cap, finally. Took a long time. But our one little clinic over here is finally not able to... Well, it's not full of patients, but I guess we have more sick people in the thing. We only have one vehicle out, which is weird. Hold on. Wait, did I build a second clinic? No. Huh. That's interesting. Sick or injured 101, capacity 100, but they're not actually in the clinic, and they're also not currently being picked up. Are some people just not going to the hospital? I mean, are we in America, so some people don't have health insurance, so they don't want to do it? Maybe that's what's happening. But yeah, I think it's time to consider... Well, it's probably past time to consider the actual hospital here. I don't know where we're going to go. Oh, could be the Reach. That's true. Where do we build up a hospital? So the clinic's there. I'm actually wondering if this area over here might be the great spot. It'll have good access to a lot of places by being near like this major roundabout, highway, couple of avenues. Traffic shouldn't be too much of a problem. I can't build it right on the highway, although I could replace this highway here with a 4-lane road, and then I could plop a hospital. Maybe we put the hospital in here. Ooh. Playing without anti-aliasing? I think I have anti-aliasing turned on. I don't remember. Why? Yeah, hi. Hi, Sma. Building a stadium before the hospital. I mean, it's not just a stadium. This is specifically like the high school stadium because, yeah, it's so... When we built this, we like, are we in Texas? Oh, we have a traffic accident! Oh, and I love this little detail, like, that this is a thing in the game here. We actually have a pair of accidents. I wonder if they collided together. I wish we could rewind this area and take a look at what happened. Now, Underhill Street, how's your condition? Yeah, your condition is fine. We do have a road maintenance department. There, actually, speaking of road maintenance, right over there. Are you investigating the collision? Yeah, securing accident site. It looked like there was a motorcycle underneath the car, so it might have been quite tragic. Oh man, yeah, it's gonna back up some traffic over here. Road maintenance is coming over as well. I wonder, are they responsible for clearing the accident? Oh, they just disappeared. I don't know. Oh wow, it's taking forever to clear out this accident. Oh, we've got an ambulance coming. Are you dispatched to here? These poor car. I like how like no one. Oh, maybe it is over here. No, it's already got a patient. Is it just being delayed by these cars turning around? Listen, we've got our sirens on. You got to let the ambulance go first. Someone's dying in here. There we go. Wow. Yeah. Was waiting for all those cars to do a U-turn. I mean, I don't know. Something priority vehicles should probably have priority. Jeez. I do like that accidents are a thing that exists now. I mean, I'm sure I'm going to get frustrated with like the resulting traffic jams, but like accidents should be a thing that exists. All right. I think I still like the idea of building the hospital over here. So we do have to unlock it. So let's do that. We got plenty of points for it. Healthcare hospital unlock. And I'm just going to double check, but I don't think I can put on here yet because it is the highway, so it doesn't do that. But I think I'm just going to replace this with a 4-lane road. So now we can zone along this. We're not going to zone, I don't think. Oh, that's the incineration plant. Hospital. Overlapping items. What do you... Was it because the road's not actually straight? Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a tiny bit of curvature. I didn't notice this. Tiny bit of curvature over here. Okay, let me just rebuild it then. With an explicit straight line. There we go. There we go. Now we're all good. Now, I'm sure we're going to want to add some side components to this. I'm sure there's some upgradey kind of things going on. I don't know if it's got a preferred side. But you know what? For now, I'll just slap in the middle. We can always move it later. That is an option that exists for us. What do you got? Trauma Center. Specialized equipment and facilities increase the chance a patient recovers from their condition. 80 grand a month. Yeah, we can wait on that. Specialized treatment ward. Helps citizens in the hospital service area remain healthier. 100 grand. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be expensive. We're not going to do it now. Helicopters. Treatment from accident sites and remote locations. It's tempting. I think we'll wait for now. We'll let this go ahead and get started. And hope this helps. Now, I have not built any parking lots yet. Right now, we're all doing street parking all the time. There's still infinite demand for low-density residential. It feels pretty realistic, and I think it's because I did plop down a fair amount of medium and a little bit of high, well, especially a lot of medium at some point. So those keep filling up. More residential over here? I mean, the people are asking for it. Plus, the wind in our city blows in this direction here, so our industrial is all over there. So if we are going to build residential, it kind of makes sense to build it over in this area. So far, I think the upgrade option's my favorite change to the game. I do like them. You're right. More commercial. There's a lot of demand for it. Now, what I keep doing right now is like putting in a smattering of little commercial in my residential zones and things for local shops. Actually, I kind of feel like maybe doing a little bit over here. Again, the idea is people don't have to go quite so far. Do some shopping, some local stuff. Yeah, we'll have a little commercial zonage right there. Which of course, is going to kick some people out of their house. Deal with it. We didn't build any parks or anything in this area, but I mean, again, people seem pretty happy, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. Seen other streamers just ignore low density requests because they seem to all be true, but the problem is they don't necessarily move in. Like these are our like medium and high density stuff, and the people aren't really moving into those right now. So if we want more people in our city, we clearly need more low density. So, we replace this with a roundabout. Take another 4-lane road off of this. Building this little triangle. Yeah, seems good to me. Let's do very large roundabout. Yeah, it's called eminent domain. And my people have to deal with it. Just turn on contouring for a sec. It's pretty flat. I mean, it clearly goes down towards the river. And then over here, maybe, yeah, we've got some cliffy stuff here, but mostly this area is fairly flat. So I don't think we really have to think about this. Do I just want one avenue and then split off? Do we want to do two? Maybe one avenue that then has an intersection? Build across the river? Yeah, I think we probably will want to expand over there. And then what we'd do is probably build like a little trumpet interchange over here to pull traffic into it. But for now, I'm not going to buy more tiles. Straight shot to here. Yeah, let's actually build straight for this one. And then might trim this back a little, but first like that. And we'll put in sort of a medium roundabout right there. Extend this down and have it connect over here. I think I might. I'm going to go to the 4 lanes. I'm going to use the continuous tool. I'm sorry. I didn't build this a 4-lane like I thought I was. Right? The upgrade tool works great. Okay. Well, we're doing 4 lanes to get into this area, and then we're going to do 2 lanes for the actual low residential. And then I suspect what we're going to do is have some commercial along the avenues here, and maybe pop in some higher density residential as well. Do we do this a little bit more gritty? I think so. I like the very, like those the curvy blocks, or not the blocks anymore, the curvy sections, and then the straighty blocks. We could keep going with this sort of angle bias over here as well. In fact, what if we just use the grid tool itself, starting right around here? I don't tend to use the grid tool. A lot of times I draw it on my own. Straight line. Smaller roundabouts to feed into there. we will extend this, but I don't think we'll connect it up. I'll just stop short right there. Okay, so first what I'm going to do is I'm just going to low density this whole thing. I think we are going to replace a bunch of this with commercial or some amount of mixed density. But for now, we can start them moving in this way. Actually, I am wondering about connecting this bit. I don't think it needs it, but I think it might look a little bit better. And do we put the little turnaround? I think I am. Boop. I mean, otherwise, it looks unfinished. It'd be great to, like, if the bigger roundabout was zonable. I mean, I guess you could manually draw out sort of a loop. So you could have the sort of cul-de-sac little group of houses, but... So yeah, again, along these avenues, most likely there'll be... Actually, we still have a demand for commercials, so let's plop some of this down. Maybe right around the corner here. When did we unlock this? Mixed housing! With commercial space on the bottom and apartments on top? I mean, there's no demand for more dense stuff right now, so I'm not going to do that, but ooh, we'll put that to use. Mixed zoning is something that city builders have never really had. Which is silly, because it is quite realistic. You get these buildings, yeah, the ground floor is a shop, but then people live up above. Because obviously you don't want shops high up, or use it for office space, either one. We get a traffic jam. Well, it's probably because we just rewrote this area, and a bunch of people are moving in simultaneously. Classic American Diner. Yeah, we gotta put more of our signature buildings in here. I think this is gonna clear up really quickly. But there's a possibility that this is a little overloaded. Maybe what we want to do is provide a bypass to go over here. You know, a more complicated interchange area. That's all a possibility. But we're gonna give it a second to flow in. Every time you build a big neighborhood, you get like a massive influx of things simultaneously. Yeah, see, it's clearing up. Ooh, we're getting a lot of hitching. 30 FPS, 47 FPS. And then every now and again dropping down to like 18. Might just be as these buildings are replacing themselves with different graphics. There might be some hard drive loading. I don't know. Yeah, I'm at 42 FPS right now. Again, I'm still running despite recommendations, right? The recommendation for performance until they fix some things is to drop the level of detail to like low or very low. I'm currently running in high to pressure test it. And if our performance drops more than this, I will just switch to very low at that point. It doesn't look substantially different at very low. We could save and load as well, but there you go. So the traffic jam is totally cleared up, as I suspected. I mean, partially it's because, yeah, we redid this road and maybe a bunch of cars had to recalculate. A bunch of people coming in at the same time. Here's another wave over here. And yeah, lots of people are just coming into this neighborhood simultaneously. Now, it's possible when all these people here want to go to work in the morning, which our industrial zones are over here, it's possible this will get super busy as well, morning and evening. We'll keep an eye on that, but I expect we're probably not too bad off. I can't, I'm just using the Steam overlay FPS counter, which doesn't get captured in OBS. Does the game have a built-in one? Yeah, we're not going to obsess too much about it. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, this not enough customers tag is inaccurate, something Colossal knows about, and they've already got a fix in. They may not push in that patch right before release, because they want to go through full QA to make sure it doesn't break anything else. These businesses are going fine. They're complaining about not enough customers. They are lying. They're doing perfectly fine. No worries there. Meanwhile, our commercial demand is still like through the roof, so is okay. I don't think there's any reason to connect these two neighborhoods together. Yeah, no, I think that's fine. Money dropping at 10 grand an hour right now. I have to say, it is a little weird that like buildings talk about their upkeep as a per month. Okay, that is a $500,000 per month. That is really expensive. And then we get a per hour number over here. I would like that to probably be equalized. We have 4 patients in this entire hospital. Okay, building the hospital may have been a little bit of overkill. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of overkill. I think that message over there was complaining about they're waiting for an ambulance. I think those waiting for an ambulance and waiting for a hearse messages are also a little over enthusiastic, because it's like it'll be people that like are really close to the clinic or really close to there. You know, like 9 out of 10 of our ambulances are just sitting in a garage, not having to go anywhere. There's like no real demand, and they're like, "Oh my god, we need an ambulance now!" Which, to be fair, would freak me out as well. Crime scene. Don't. I wonder if we need some more police. Yeah, okay, I mean, it is true. There is no police coverage sort of natively in this area. I think we should probably, along this avenue here, which is currently called King Street, we're going to rename that. We're going to look at chat in 3, 2, 1. Happy Slappy! Happy Slappy Avenue. I think this might be a great place for some of those services to go between those two. We might even consider building a school in this area. Yeah, I think we need some police over here. How's the fire situation? Yeah. We'll put a police and fire station right next to one another. Oh, and I just remembered a thing I really wanted to do in our city here. One of the things we don't have currently is internet support. And now the telecom tower is insane because it's $1 million to buy. The upkeep's fairly high at 95K a month. It provides 15,000 gigabits. It does have pretty big range. Look at the radio mast though. Like the price and upkeep is a fraction. It provides 1/3 the network capacity for much less than the cost. Now I don't know how all that is considered, and clearly we need to put more than one radio mast for the range. But it feels like that's the way to do it. And one of the things I was going to do is put this over on Blood Red Blaze Hill. I think that's a great spot for that. And then let's have one. It does need a road. I'm wondering about putting a little gravel road that comes up over here. I mean, like, there's a high spot over there. Like, doesn't this make much sense? I think it does. I mean, the people nearby is going to complain about the 5G setting off their fillings in their teeth or whatever it is crazy people complain about. Now, there's not a really obvious, like, high spot here. We could just plop it in the middle of the zoning. There's some space over there, especially since we might expand. I don't know. Unless this area here just doesn't have internet. Feels bad, though. There we go. Let's get you covered. Okay. And yeah, if I had just built the telecom tower, which we'd also have to unlock it, the 5K range, probably putting it on Blood Red Blaze Hill would cover all of our city as is. But I think we're fine with what we did here. Telecom mast has upgrades. Does it really? I gotta keep checking these bad boys. Bandwidth increase. Oh, okay. Another 1500 gigabits a second. Wireless network antenna increases its range by another 250 meters. Oh, someone's complaining about their texts are buffering. I mean, we just tried to help. My city will have zero internet. It's 1974, baby. Says Frisco born. Your city will also have no high density housing. And there'll be 17 people living in a single 2-story building where the bottom floor is a garage. Right? That's about right, right? I mean, I'm assuming Frisco baby is someone from San Francisco. Wait, how were they chirping before without any network connectivity? I don't know. They were on, I'm trying to remember what the network names were. LTE? Was that like one of the, you know, before people were using the terms like 4G and stuff? I don't know. Poop Bay is growing. Isn't sweet and they grow up. It is growing. Look at that. NMT, CDMA, ADSL. Well, LTE is at like 4.5. Okay. Using dial-up? Yeah. Ba-doom, ba-doom, ba-doom. It's my imitation of a bandwidth modem handshake sound. You know, I don't know. People who lived through the modem era, like I did you used to like randomly just hear modem sounds like just in the middle of nowhere, like for no reason, like kind of like have auditory hallucinations about it? I did, and I know I wasn't the only one. Right? Yeah, there you go. See, chat is like, yeah. Like, what the hell? What's happening? Bits! Sorry, it took a second for me to pop up on my screen over here. Uba hardcore? I don't know how to parse your name. Thank you very much for the bits. Sorry, it's just club soda. I wanted a fancy glass today. Probably just all the lead in our fuel. Yep. I love how that sticks around too. All of us of a certain age have certain neurological, perhaps, impairments as a result of frickin' leaded gasoline and other things. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and extend this. I mean, I remember going to the gas station, you know, want it regular unleaded as a choice. I'm gonna extend this out here. I think what I'm gonna do is pull a straight line off of this. Yeah. Oh, I couldn't tell the angle. I thought maybe this would meet up over here, but it don't. Holy cow! What a crash! We got a lorry here, a semi-truck. That looks like a taxi cab and a little smart hatchback, like off the road. Wow. Yeah, there are accidents now. Oh, see, they're waiting for an ambulance too. These people here were really hurt. Maybe I should throw the helicopter on top of our hospital just for these sorts of things. Okay, let's go to here, and then, yeah, let's make this like that, and then cut this part off. Actually, I don't hate that. I do hate that this is all considered to be Slappy Happy Avenue, which makes no sense. I mean, I guess because it doesn't end, it just turns in there. How do we get this to not be Happy Slappy? I guess if this were to extend out like this way, then this probably becomes Happy Slappy and that becomes something else. Yeah. Okay. Well, it split it in a different way than I wanted, but we're going to rename later. But then if I redo this, does it become all the same? It does all become all the same again. Oh, I know what I can do. If I go and extend you out thusly. Denby, thanks for the sub. All right, if we do this, there you go. This stays Happy Slappy. That becomes Cherry Street, which makes me happy. Happy Slappy happy. And then, yeah, we put a little roundabout at the end there for the turnaround. There we go. And then we can fill in this space with various things. We still have all the low density residential demand. Change the short part into a different type of road. Oh, we got an ad break happening. I think I'm good. I don't think I need a break. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go pee. I'm gonna take a save in case something tragic happens while I'm AFK. Otherwise, I'm gonna let the game run. Everyone make sure Chair doesn't go and break my game. I'll leave it on speed 3. We'll zoom out somewhere around here. All right, everybody get up and stretch. or watch and babysit the game. BRB.